Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel and I hope all of you are doing great. So in today's video, we'll be understanding what an inside bar is. So in this video, I'll be explaining what inside bar is and how we can trade it and how we can find the opportunities to buy the breakouts at a right time. Okay, so let's get started with the video. Standard disclaimer, this video is only for the educational purpose. Any stock discussed here is not a buy or sell recommendation. Please consult your financial advisor before taking any trade or making any investment. So, what is an inside bar? That is the basic question. What is an inside bar? So, technically, inside bar is a candlestick pattern with two candles only, right? One being the bigger candle or the mother bar, and second one being the smaller candle or the inside bar. So it is kind of a candlestick pattern or a bar pattern, you can call it, right? So you can use a bar chart or a candlestick chart. That is up to you, if you like to use the bar chart or the candlestick chart, right? So for the convenience, I'll be calling it bar only. Okay, so one, we have a mother bar, which is the larger bar, and second is the inside bar. So what is an inside bar is just that there's a mother bar and the second candle is within the range of the previous, or the second bar is within the range of the previous bar. So the high of the second bar is lower than the high of the previous bar, and the low of the previous bar, current bar is higher than the previous bar, right? So that is what an inside bar looks like. So what does an inside bar represent? Right? So what does that indicate? What does it represent? So an inside bar represent volatility contraction on a smaller scale, right? So this is what I have figured out after going through many examples, after taking many trades, is that an inside bar is just a kind of a volatility contraction pattern, but on a very smaller scale. Okay, so if you look carefully, inside bar and VCP are same, right? So if you look carefully, the principle of both of these is same, right? So both of them are same, and inside bar or a VCP, both are same. The main difference between the two is the time frame, right? So the volatility going down as the price moves from left to right. So this is the core principle of a VCP, and this is the core principle of an inside bar. That is the volatility going down. That means a volatility contraction, like this kind of a price movement, right? So as you can see in the diagram as well. So the only difference between both of them being the time difference. Okay, so VCP forms over a couple of weeks or days, and inside bar forms over a couple of hours or few days, right? So again, traditional school of thought won't approve of this. So again, inside bar usually is a two candlestick pattern, but what I have discovered is that the more the candles that are within that are inside the range of a larger candle, the better it is, right? So again, that is not the traditional way to look at an inside bar, but the principle remains same, is that of a volatility contraction. So here you can see in this example, so this is what a VCP look like on a larger scale. You can see the three contractions. You can see the volatility going down. The first range is of somewhere around 33%, second one being 27.85%, third one being 18.98%, and then there was a breakout, and then the price started moving higher. And similarly, you can see an inside bar also represent the same. So this is a daily chart and this is a 15-minute chart, right? So this area, if you see, so this is the mother bar. Why I'm calling it a mother bar? Because if you see, the next two candles are within the range of this bigger candle, right? So again, an inside bar can be spotted here as well, and inside bar can be spotted here as well, right? So if you go down on a 15-minute time frame, one thing that you can clearly see, again, the volatility going down here, and then there the volatility there's the price expansion, right? Forgive me, there's the price expansion, right? So let me change the color. Okay, right? So you can clearly see that the volatility going down, and then there's the expansion, right? So this is the core principle of VCP as well, right? So similarly, that is happening on a smaller time scale. So this is a daily chart and this is a weekly chart. Okay, so there are multiple types of inside bars, right? So we have an inside bar with a large range and a large range body, and we have inside bar with a small range body, right? So forgive me for this error. Okay, so here what does this mean is that, so one, we have an inside bar which has a larger body as, right, and then we have a inside bar which has a smaller body, which is more like a doji, right? So what is the difference between these two? So this inside bar, right, so this represent that if the candle has a larger body, let's say this is a bullish candle and the next candle has a larger body and is also bullish, that means there's a chance of a directional move here, right? Because the bullishness is increasing. Or if it is something like this, where we have a larger bullish bar and a smaller bearish bar, right? The inside bar that is bearish, so it represent indecision. It represent kind of indecision, right? And this is also represent indecision, right? So you can see the bullishness increases from left to right. As you can see, if you spot this kind of candle, which is, it is relatively bullish as compared to these two. If you spot something like this is relatively more bullish as compared to these two. And one with a very smaller body, a doji kind of body, that represents indecision. That simply means, right, there's still no directional move that is coming very soon, right? So again, that is the basic interpretation. And again, the bullishness here increasing from the left side to right side. Why? Because if you see, this one is kind of a very indecision type of body, where the price went up during the day, price went down during the day, closed near the open. That means neither the bulls nor the bears won. This one is saying that during the day bulls tried to take the price higher but failed to sustain the close, and this one says the bears tried to take the price down but failed to sustain, and then the bulls took over and the candle coming back, right? So again, this represents more bullishness as compared to this one or this one, right? So again, these small things that you need to remember, right? And the third one that is my favorite is that an inside bar with coiling, right? So this is a kind of a fancy term, but again, you can call it a contraction. So an inside bar with coiling is nothing but an inside bar with multiple candles within the range of the mother bar, right? So this is the mother bar, which is the larger candle, and then we have lots of small candles that are within the range of one larger candle, and then there's a breakout. So this is an inside bar with coiling. Why I'm calling it coiling? It's because you can also call it contraction, because again, you can clearly see the contraction happening, the size of the candles getting smaller and smaller. So if you spot something like this, if you spot something like this kind of a coiling structure with the inside bars with multiple candles which are within the range of the mother bar, so this is the most bullish kind of structure, right? And I myself prefer these kind of structures, right? So just we'll go through examples as well, right? So how to trade an inside bar, right? So how to trade an inside bar? So inside bar can be traded as a continuation buy or as a reversal buy, right? So it could be a continuation buy, it could be kind of your breakout buy where the stock is already in an uptrend, and then we have a small inside bar forming, or the inside bar with coiling, and then from there the price breaks out, and that is the point you enter. So continuation buy, what are the requirements? Is that during an uptrend after a good move, right, consolidation in a range near the resistance zone, right? So suppose a stock is consolidating like this within a range and it is near the resistance zone, and then it is forming something like this, an inside bar kind of a structure. That is the point you can take an entry, and preferably it should be above the 10 and the 21-day moving average. So this is what a continuation buy with an inside bar is like. And then we have a reversal buy. So in case of reversals, inside bar as a reversal can be bought after a strong shakeout in the market or a down move, right? So if you have seen the situations like the budget day or the election result day, or other shakeout that we had in the market, where the price suddenly went down like this, and next day it recovered a bit and then consolidated there and then recovered from there. So for those kind of situations, again, the inside bar comes to the rescue. It provides you good opportunities, early entry opportunities, right? And this is kind of a reversal buy with the help of an inside bar. So here are few examples that I have, right? So the quality of chart is not looking good because I have expanded it a bit, right? So if you look at, just let me get a bit smaller, right? So then it will be more clear, right? So first one is Zomato. This is the current structure, right? So here you can clearly see this larger candle is the mother bar, right? So again, one question that you might have is that, do we need to look at the body or we need to include the wicks as well? So my take is also including the wicks as well, right? So again, you can clearly see this is kind of a coiling structure You can see the from last 5 days, it has been within the range of this one larger candle, and from here the breakout happens. That could be the entry point. Another one that I have is the MSTC. So this was a base breakout from here, and then next few days it consolidated within the range of this candle. If you see here carefully, right, it tried to break out but failed that day, and next day it picked up, and then there was a strong momentum from there. And again, all this is happening above the 10-day moving average and the 21-day moving average. Another structure which is from the current examples, current market, right, Rosary Biotech. So again, this is the larger candle, and then we have 4 days of inside days, or you can call it the inside days or the inside bars, right? So for everyone's convenience, I'm using the candlestick chart here instead of the bar chart. I preferably, for myself, I use the bar charts, right? So again, consolidation, kind of a contraction happening, and then when the price crosses this area, that is a breakout area. Another example, HSCL, Himadri Specialty Chemicals. Again, so this was the base structure, and then there was 3 inside bars, and you can clearly see these are the kind of the indecision candles. But as I said earlier, the candles that you have with long lower wick, that increases the bullishness, right? Because again, that tells you that the bulls were able to take over the for that particular day, right? And then there was a breakout, and again 2 inside days, and then the continuation move after that. Here we have multiple instances of inside bars forming within a move, right? So this was the breakout from a big base. Then this was the budget day, right? So quickly market recovered, and then for next 4-5 days there were small candles forming within the range of one larger candle, then a breakout, then again similar structure formed multiple times, and then there was a breakout. So why an inside bar is really nice kind of a structure is that when the expansion happens, that is first of all, that is one of the easiest point to buy. Second is that the move that comes after that is a really good one, right? Because again, and this is an example of an inside bar as a reversal. So again, I posted the chart on Twitter as well today. Again, I'm repeating again, none of the stocks at that I'm discussing here is a recommendation. Okay, so this is kind of a reversal kind of a structure. You can clearly see the market fell, and then we have the 4 inside days forming within the range of this one larger candle, right? You can clearly see 4 inside days here. Another example of Paris defense from the budget day, right? So the market fell, market recovered, and then we have 4-5 inside days, and just look at the beautiful breakout that happened after that again. So this was a very easy kind of an entry point that it provided here. Again, so this is not your typical kind of inside bar, but one thing that you can clearly see, all these candles for at least a week or more than a week, at least 7-8 days, all these were within the range of this one bigger candle, and all of them forming above the 10-day moving average or the 20-day moving average. Another example, Mahanagar Gas. So after the recovery from the budget, the market was going up, the stock was going up, and it was well above the 10-day moving average. Then we have a larger candle, and there were multiple smaller candles, and look at the expansion happening after that. So again, as I said, the core principle remains same of the volatility contraction or the inside bar is that the price contraction happening means the volatility contraction happening, volatility going down, and then there's a certain expansion after that. So this is kind of a reversal structure forming in Reliance Power, right? So it is kind of a penny kind of a stock. So pulling back towards the 21-day moving average, and you can clearly see these 2 candles within the range of this one larger candle. So it is kind of a reversal structure from here. Another reversal structure here as well, Babak Tech, if you see, right? So another question that comes to mind is that where exactly should we take an entry in an inside bar, right? So mainly there are 2 ways to enter an inside bar setup, right? First one, we have at the breakout from the contraction or the inside candle, a breakout from the inside candle, right? So this is like your inside bar structure. So whenever the last candle, whenever that one is crossed, let's say like this, whenever that one is crossed, you can enter there, or you can wait for the breakout from the mother bar, right? So somebody on Twitter has explained this in even a better way, and I have picked the tweet from there. So here is a better explanation of that. So where to enter after an inside bar is just a decision between being anticipatory or confirmative. So there is no correct or incorrect method. It's just a trade-off between capturing a move with a big size versus getting shaken out, or even entering in a move that was never there, right? So there are multiple ways, right? So this is a typical inside bar structure. So if you're buying, so there are multiple ways, right? So buying at the breach of the previous day high or the breach of the mother candle, right? Buying at the breach of the inside bar high, right? Whatever the inside bar is, so next candle that is formed, you enter somewhere around here, right? So another way to enter is that buying after a strong start, right? So let's suppose the next candle is forming somewhere around here, you enter right at the opening. So buying at 9:15, just at the time when the market opens, right? Buying in pre-open, because you have spotted an inside kind of a structure, so your inherent bias would be bullish, right? So you're just buying in the pre-opening, like whenever whatever price the stock opens, I'll be buying at that point. Or you are buying at the end of the day, that is when the candle is formed. So it could have broken the inside day high, it could have broken the mother candle high, right? So whatever it has broken, whatever the close of that particular days, you're buying at that point, right? So if you're buying, so this is kind of a structure like least confirmation, least anticipation, max confirmation, and max anticipation, and least confirmation, right? So if you're buying too early, right, if you're buying too early, then that is more of an anticipatory move, versus you're buying after the confirmation of a, let's say, breach of the mother candle high or at the inside bar high. So that is the max confirmation kind of a move, right? So do follow him. His Twitter username is finally Nitin, right? So do follow him, and he has explained it in a really nice way. I couldn't have explained it in such a good way, right? So again, this is the type of entry that you can take in an inside bar, right? So how do we actually even find these inside bars, right? So that is again a question that comes to mind, that how do we even find inside bars, right? So for that, I have tried developing a scanner, right? So let me just log in here, right? So I have logged in and I have tried making a scanner of this inside bar, although it is kind of a difficult, and you can also even try searching here and you might find it, right? So this is the scanner that I made, inside bar breakout. I've named the scanner and I'll leave the link in description. So here I've tried, so this one is a circuit stock, I'll skip it. So this is again, you can see inside bars forming, right? Then we have Kothari Petrochemicals. uh, so it's not very accurate, right? So it tries to capture what I'm actually looking for, right? So it's not like every single setup would be a top notch, but you might find 3-4 good names here. So again, this is a good good uptrend here, and we have clear resistance here, and we have two inside days within the range of this larger candle. Next is Bhagirath Chem. Again, this also I spotted from my manual scan as well. So again, it was forming inside bars here, but then the market fell again, now forming inside bars, although it is below the 10-day moving average, well above the 21-day moving average, right? So one thing to keep an eye on. Then we have Motilal Oswal Financial Services. Again, reversal kind of inside bar. So whenever this area is somewhere around 615 or 616 is breached, that is kind of a reversal confirmation for us, right? Then we have Karur Vyasa Bank. So again, more of a reversal kind of structure, plus there's a gap down as well. So whenever the gap boundary is crossed, so that is a good entry point as well. And then we have Mahindra and Mahindra, right? So Mahindra and Mahindra Finance, right? So inside structure forming here as well. Then we have Sequent Scientific, kind of an inside structure here as well. So as I said, it will not be very accurate, right? But you will get very less names, like 41 names, and it won't take too much time to go through all the names, right? And if you look at the Coal India, again inside kind of a structure, we have Nykaa, inside a beautiful inside structure with the kind of a coiling happening, right? So even if we look at the structure on the trading view as well, we'll be able to spot it. See, beautifully coiling happening, right? Even if I shift to the candlestick again, you can clearly see coiling happening. And if I go down to the 15-minute time frame, you will see what I was actually saying, the VCP kind of structure. And if I remove all these markings here, so you can clearly see a pure VCP kind of a structure, right? Plus this gap region is crossed, that is a clear breakout, and it's just 3 rupees away, right? So once this area is breached, so that is your entry point, right? So again, a very beautiful structure here. And if you look at the indices as well, these days, if you look at the indices as well, activity of last few days, so they have also formed a similar kind of structure. If I look at the Nifty, right, so again, it is also forming a similar structure. There was a strong gap down, and since then it has been consolidating within the range of this one bigger candle. And if I go down to the 15-minute time frame, you can clearly identify it as a, you know, VCP kind of structure, which is trying to fill the gap right now. And if you look at the other name as well, if you look at the mid cap index as well, again, a very similar kind of structure forming here as well, right? A similar kind of structure forming here as well, right? So this is the inside bar as a reversal. You can use this as a reversal kind of structure, right? So this is the scanner that I've been using for the inside bar, spotting the inside bars. I'll give the link in description and you guys can go through it. So that was it for today's video. This is what an understanding inside bar is, and this is how you can use them for your trading. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and learned something new. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share. Goodbye, take care. See you in the next one.